Thinking about reading Playing Big by Tara Mohr? Want to know a little bit more about it before you buy a copy? Well, check out this video. Hey, it's Charelle from PropelHer, the place for unashamedly ambitious women who want to achieve more success in their life. This month in PropelHer's book club, we have been reading Playing Big by Tara Mohr with the subline, find your voice, your vision, and make things happen. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this book and you can make a decision if you want to give it a go or not. Tara wrote Playing Big because she felt that not enough women were really going out there, being the biggest they could be and making the change in the world that they could. One of the first chapters in the books looks at the idea of the inner critic, because the inner critic is something that so many women struggle with, and it is that inner critic that stops people from playing big. She talks about how you'll never get rid of your inner critic, you just need to learn how to live with it and not to let it drive your decisions. In contrast to that, she says we all need to spend a bit more time listening to our inner wisdom. And this takes time, you need to look inwards, and for many people this is a new practice because the inner critic is something we've got used to listening to, and the inner wisdom doesn't shout at the inner critic, but in fact she needs to be asked to talk to you. So that might be something that is interesting for you if you struggle with the inner critic or have never listened to your inner wisdom. Next, Tara talks about the need to unhook yourself from praise and criticism. So often the reason why we don't play big is because we're worried about what other people will think of us. And this is because we're really tied to how people view us and we care about that. And actually in the book, Tara goes through why it is ingrained in us to care about what other people think of us. However, you need to start battling against those natural instincts if you're going to play big, because unfortunately you are going to get criticised. It's just a fact of life, and praise is not something that should be driving the choices of what you do. One of the things Tara mentions in relation to praise and criticism is actually it's more about the person that's saying it than you, and so often you really need to put yourself in the other person's shoes to realise why they are saying what they are saying. And actually, yes, you should pay attention to criticism, and often it can be really informative to helping you move forward, but you shouldn't let it be a main driver of your decision. A chapter that I personally really resonated with was leaving good student habits behind. And in this chapter, we looked at the reason why women do amazing in the education system and beat men. However, that flips when we get into the workplace. And this comes down to two main issues. One of them is our relationship with authority figures and the idea that when you're a student, you do everything to be seen in the best light by authority, i.e. the teacher. When we go into the workplace, it isn't the same. And actually, as someone on the rise, it is your job to work out what authority figures that yes, you need to be on side with and you need to respect and you need to have a good relationship with, but also which ones you need to challenge. Another good student habit is the idea of preparation. In the school system, the people who show up to class, take notes, revise, are usually ones who pass the exams and do well. This means that lots of people get into the habit of preparation. Now, whilst I'm not saying everyone should go and wing it, and neither is Tara, what she just really is highlighting is the idea that those who become chronic planners, those that spend so long trying to prepare for everything and aren't able to be agile, aren't going to be reactive and stressed under those circumstances, those are the ones who lose out in the workplace. Another chapter which I thought was really useful was the idea of communicating with power. Now, this book is all about you becoming the leader you want to be, whether that is in a work context or out of work. And that does rely on you being able to communicate with power. And this is a really good chapter that outlines the exact words that people say that diminish the power of their vocabulary. And you can work your way through that list, see which ones you say, and then adjust accordingly. One of the final chapters is all about big leaps. And this is nothing new. In fact, PropelHer's book club read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks back in January. Tara writes that leaps get us playing bigger right now. The reason why she suggests that you take leaps is because you don't have time to think about the fear, you don't have time to let it set in, and also it's easy when we think about playing bigger to always be thinking in the future, and leaps make us start doing something about it now and making rather drastic progress in that direction. Overall, I really enjoyed Playing Big by Tara Mohr. There are parts of the book that are a little bit dated, and there are some that are very gender stereotypical. However, I really like the angle and the intention behind why she's written this book. It is so important for women to start playing bigger, and that is scary. And also, there's not much written about how to do that. When you start to break down authority, when you put yourself in the spotlight, when you want to stand for something, it is scary. But this book will help you to start working towards that goal. If you like the sound of Playing Bigger by Tara Mohr, I would definitely recommend you give it a go. And if you like non-fiction books that help you to personally grow and would love to connect with other ambitious women, then why not join PropelHer's book club? PropelHer's book club is a non-fiction book club for ambitious women, and every month I choose a book to help you move forward in your life. You can become a member. There is a London group and there is an online group, and I'll put a link so you can find out all the details below. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that subscribe button. There's a new video every Sunday, and every month one of them will specifically be about a book to help you. And if you would like more PropelHer goodness in your life, head over to propelher.co.uk, where I have a whole range of resources to help you achieve more success in your life. Bye for now.